Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Pro Cheerleading Podcast. I'm going live. I'm also kind of going live on YouTube over here, so just watch me with like 3 different screens in my face looking a little spastic. But I figured it would be a lot easier for me to get through Cheer Chat if I had some people that I was chatting with instead of just recording with this awesome mic in my face. So I'm going to try it out. You know, Brittany and I used to record Cheer Chat, put it up on YouTube, sometimes go live, and oh, people are waving. Hi. So I thought I would try it. You know, I get lonely sometimes. I needed to like do my hair and put on some makeup to make sure I still know how to do it. So I'm just gonna record Cheer Chat, and you know, when I do the episodes, it's sometimes, you know, some things make it in, some things won't. If I screw up too much, maybe I won't, but this is my way of trying to interact with you guys and just, I don't know, get on camera, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so let's go. Today's episode, not even today, oh my God, so here we go, already just doing the most. Tomorrow's episode is called Throwback, and I am super, super excited because I am interviewing Durante Lambert. He is my first male dancer on the show, which I've been wanting for a very, very, very long time now. He is based in Portland, and he's, you know, a former member of the Rip City dance crew for the Portland Trailblazers. And so we get into his choreography because he is a wonderful choreographer. I've been posting his classes on Instagram Live in my feed, and I just eavesdropped because I was not going to mess up my hair today. Like, let me shut up. But I've taken his classes and totally trashed my hair. It's such a fun, amazing workout and just groove session. He's got this, I don't know, this style about him where you just have fun dancing, and super encouraging and motivating during the whole entire class. And now he's been able to move into a studio and have his backup crew. They were killing it tonight. So I'm super excited to share this episode with you guys. And I don't know, I would love to travel down to Portland to take the class with him because he's just got amazing energy. So stay tuned for that. You know, every episode's got some cheer chat, and let's just get into it. My dog Giggles is behind me, and let's hope she behaves. But if you hear a dog go ape shit, that's my dog. Yorkie Poodle mix, who's just extra, extra feisty. But should I expect anything less of my dog? Probably not. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's just get the Rona update out the way. You know, I told you guys I would keep you posted about how things are looking, just kind of paying attention to the dialogue. And so here we go. So the NFL, they put out another memo saying that clubs can reopen their practice facilities as of yesterday, May 19th, if they're permitted to do so under their state and local regulations, right? So they're trying to kind of give some leeway for teams to do what their local government will allow, which is great. They're still trying to keep it fair. So what they're doing is saying that like healthy players and coaches still aren't allowed to be, you know, in the facilities. So they aren't returning to work yet until all 32 teams can return. So that's good. I mean, it's going to be like front office personnel that are in there, and I'm assuming just kind of essential employees. They can't have more than a certain number in the building at a time, but I mean, it's forward progress. But some of the governors are saying that basically pro sporting events can reopen. Some of them are talking as soon as June, but they're saying fanless games, so no fans at the games. And I'm still trying to figure out where we fit into the mix, as I discussed last week, if there aren't fans at the games. So even, I mean, all summer long, if they start having sporting events, baseball's supposed to start at some point, isn't it? Right? We'll see how things go with fanless games and how they try to make that juicy and spicy enough. It'll still be televised, so I'm sure people enjoy being able to watch a sporting event on TV, but not having fans is going to be interesting, and it also raises questions for who we're pumping up. Like, who are we dancing for? Hopefully we'll be able to dance for some cameras and get some airtime. That's my vote. You can maybe be motivating to the players that are out there to give them some sense of like what a normal game would be like. We'll just keep an eye on it. So that's all I got to say about Rona for right now. I'm over Rona, and this is just as much as we got for this week. But I just look for how the narrative might shift, because everybody's thirsty for sporting events. And I think as soon as they keep riling up, we got people rioting so that they can go back to their life as they know it. And the states are opening up one by one. So if people start going like, give us sports and blah, 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 who knows what pressure our governments might fall to get this show on the road. So I'll keep an eye on it and obviously keep you guys posted. But it's now time for an auditions update. So I wish that we could see like more like behind the scenes of how they're going through reviewing audition videos. I think I saw Kelly Finglass like tweet about watching somebody's submission that was in front of some cows, and she killed her routine, and so she was actually tweeting about it. So it'd be cool to get more behind the scenes stuff like that. But for now, what some teams are doing is just kind of showing blooper reels from like all the audition video submissions, which I think is kind of cute. I can't imagine how you guys are doing this, like finding space and quiet areas, and just, I've seen people hitting furniture, trying to get through speaking like I am, and, flubbing it up. But I think it's just making a little light of it. We're all human, and there's going to be some serious outtakes, but you should save them. You should be proud of yourselves. Everybody who's going through this process, it's not at all easy. So stick with it. And I'll just, give you the update team by team of what I'm seeing out there. So one thing I noticed, and I'm just seeing this based on teams' posts of their finalists or different videos, is just, it's almost like audition attire went like back to basics, like hella basic, like sports bra, booty shorts, sports bra leggings. Sometimes, I'm sure they have like requirements of what they want you to wear, but I kind of got excited when I saw the Redskins vets coming back, and they were just all just blinged the heck out. Like I saw Jordan, she had like a captain hat and like this captain tied, like she looked hella cute. It's just exciting to see people put that energy into it. And I know that times might be a little bit more difficult to afford, some fancy audition top, but there's, a few new Instagram handles that I've noticed out there. There's like Gems by Amy and the Dazzle Doctor, who just like bling out these tops, and they're just so amazing and so pretty, but it just helps you stand out. So I'm just saying, like, if you, maybe they say don't bling it up, but if they don't say that, like, just, it's fun. That's like one of the cool things about audition season, right? Is just seeing people all glam, like hella glam. I'll just admit, like some of the like headshots have just been very basic, but maybe that's all you can do. So kudos to you too. But let's see, team by team. It's exciting to see like how they are posting about the stats, and just so you guys can get a sense for the numbers and the who's all auditioning and how it might be different from years past. The Dallas Cowboys just launched, and they posted that they had over 1,500 people apply. So I don't know if that number is usually that high, or if it like, I know they get a lot, but 1,500 plus sounds like it could be double. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But that's a lot of people. So, I mean, for everybody going through this process, just know that, because it's easy for people to just submit videos, and not that it's an easy process by any means, but more people are applying from different states and different countries, and it's a competitive landscape. So don't feel bad or too down on yourself if you aren't making the cut. There's a shit ton of people doing this. The Detroit Lions, they shared 49 finalists. The Chiefs named 57 finalists. Tampa Bay mentioned that they had 500 plus applications submitted from 37 states, with like 125 colleges and universities and 35 different pro teams represented. So, going from 500 down to 60 finalists, 5 of which are males. Those odds are pretty stiff. But congratulations to everybody who's made it so far. Thanks to everybody who's joining. The Seahawks here in Seattle mentioned that they had 250 applicants, and they had 89 semifinalists that are moving into the round with the vets. So something like that. There's so many rounds, and sometimes I just like blurb them all together. But those 89 semifinalists, I think, are going to be joined by vets now. So we don't have the same kind of numbers. Seattle's a move. I mean, you got to go all the way to the Pacific Northwest. But the one exciting thing that's happened in the last week is that the Texans announced that they're holding virtual tryouts as well. So it looks like a similar process. Nothing too exciting, but they're going to have from Saturday until Wednesday to submit videos, and then they're going to have a second round that interviews that are listed as TBD, and then they're hoping to have finals in person. So we're going to see a lot of like TBD, finals later kind of a situation. So I'll just keep you updated as we hear more. I just want to give a shout out. Last week when we had our virtual happy hour, I just know that you guys are in such a state of limbo, and it's super hard to, try to plan your lives around so much uncertainty. Like, how do you find a job? How do you relocate if you don't have a job? Like, this is a difficult time to try to find a job, and so that you can support yourself doing these auditions if you make the team. So I just want to let you know I feel for you. It's not easy. It's stressful. You're not alone. There's a lot of people who are going through a similar, like, planning quagmire, like if this, then that, and trying to plan things out. But fingers crossed for you, and just breathe with it. This is, it's just about that kind of a life right now. So next, I'm going to get into a little bit of like hot mess news that popped up this week. Okay. So have you guys seen this headline that the University of Kentucky cheerleading staff got into some little hot water because they were apparently engaged in some hazing activity that involved drinking. It also involved basket tosses half naked into Lake Cumberland, apparently, and just some kind of irresponsible behavior that the coaches seem to have known about. And I don't know how it got public, but the university fired all 4 of the coaches. I think they're like I don't know if they're national champions. I think they're hella good. I don't follow college cheer like I should, but how messy is that to kind of get caught up in that? Thankfully, they took care of it, and didn't kind of try to excuse the behavior. It's kind of like, it's interesting to see when organizations take action based on how they're treating their dancers. Hint, hint, some teams that maybe took a different approach with people. But yeah, it's super sad. Like, and the worst part about it is it's one thing if you want to just act a fool and do a basket toss with no shirt on or whatever. But like, for those who did not feel comfortable doing that and were forced to, that's not cool. So I'm glad it came to light, and cut it out. Okay. Like, just stop. The other hot mess news is that, they're having these pro sporting events around the world, as I mentioned last week, without fans, right? And so apparently a Korean soccer club, a pro soccer club, they were filling empty seats with sex dolls. I'm not even kidding. They ordered it from the same company that makes sex dolls, even though they didn't think they weren't aware that they were actually sex dolls, but they were sex dolls. So they have sex dolls up in the stands. Some of them were male, some of them were female, and I guess there was a big uproar because they saw like some stickers or banners of the company that makes the damn sex dolls. So I mean, just can we not? And sometimes, other teams are like doing like cutouts of fans throughout the stands and like banners showing fans. Like, that's going to be really sad. Like, that's a sad backdrop. I think live cheerleaders would be a much better visual than some sex dolls or some banners. I'm just saying. Let's hope that nobody I think here is, crazy enough to do something like that with mannequins and seats, sex dolls or not, but Fanless games, you guys, it's going to get weird. I think it's going to get weird. Let's see. I have a question, you guys. I've debated, whether to even bring this up, but I'm a truth behind the palms kind of person. You guys, I'm trying to be a little bit more available in terms of you guys getting to know me now that it's, I'm out by myself, but you guys know I'm a shit talker, and I'm also I'm a keep it real girl. That's just who I am. But there was something that was eating at me a little bit, and I was just curious what you guys think. So, with the podcast, I do a lot of just corresponding with people back and forth, and I see things I like, I share it, I promote it, whatever. Not a big deal. I'm not getting ads for sponsorships. I'm not really push. I hate ads. I mean, do you guys hate ads? I hate ads. So it's all love for me, all positive energy. And I'm just curious, like, would you guys feel a certain way, like, if someone reached out about being on their show or my show? Let me just keep it real. Somebody reached out about being on my show with the idea that we would be on each other's show, right? And I thought it was a great opportunity and took them up and had them on my show. And the favor wasn't returned, and it's not a big deal. I didn't make a big deal of it at all, but I've noticed that some of the guests that I've had on my show are now have been guests on this person's show. And I just, the only reason why I bring it up is just that, how would you guys feel? That's what I mainly wanted to know. Is just like, is that something that strikes you as, just kind of being fair? I just want this space that I'm trying to create with everybody to be something where I bring you people that I think are dope, that I think have a great message, that I just feel that vibe from. And, I don't own this space. I mean, I think this was the first podcast to do anything like this. And obviously it's a free country and I don't own any guests and I don't own the topic of pro cheerleading, but it's just like a mutual respect thing, right? Am I crazy? Y'all can comment. I mean, I said what I said. I think it's just something that I'm curious what you guys would think, because it just seems a little odd to me. Okay, anyway, let's go back to the episode. I am, like I said, just wanting to bring you guys things that I think are important to talk about, and having like the first male dancer on this show means a lot, because there's been so much change in this space for over the past year or so, and the Portland Rip City Crew was one of the new teams that were added to the Trailblazers in a manner that I thought was like spot on. Oh, thank you. Definitely should be returned, I believe. Of course, it's off topic. Then that's different. No, it's not off topic. But yeah, thank you for that. I'm just reading comments because otherwise I'll miss them. When you have good content and you do your job well, people will do that. It hurts and it's not easy to let it go, but keep going. Thank you guys. I just relax, relate, release. And I was just curious, you know what I'm saying? How you guys would take a similar situation. But again, this episode is all about Durante Lambert, and I just wanted to share with you guys why I call the episode Throwback. Like, part of my joy is always trying to find a song that totally reminds me of the person that I interviewed or has some tie to them. And, in taking his class the last few times, I couldn't really find a way to describe it, but it gave me like this throwback vibe of, how like when you just are dancing at home and nobody's around and you just feel good, and you have like pockets in the choreography where you can add your little stank on it and just have fun with it. His choreo totally reminds me of that, and his performance quality, his vibe, his aura, his energy is just kind of like an old school vibe. You'll hear about him and how he started with African dance when he was very young, and I think he must have like an old soul. Maybe that's what it is. But I named this episode Throwback because it's just, this song, it's by Gowan, or I don't know how you pronounce the dude's name, Cutie Pie, but it's like my happy song. Like, you have like a playlist of just songs that put you in a good mood, put you in a good space, and this song does that for me. And I'm super excited for you guys to hear this episode. Thanks for hanging with me for Cheer Chat. It feels so much better, actually, like so much better. So you'll see my face. It'll be one reason to kind of try to get halfway decent while I'm sitting up here in Rona quarantine. But I will sign off for now and kick it over to the interview. I can't wait for you to see this episode tomorrow. Let me know what you think. Take his class. Like, he just finished one, and I wish I could have joined, but I would have messed up my hair. And but he's doing them probably like weekly. And support these choreographers, you guys, with any donation that you can, right? I mean, it's a way of saying thank you and showing love to them. And I just imagine that, they're trying to just give back by making these classes available on Instagram Live, but it's a good thing to do. Whatever you're able to contribute, I think it's a good gesture. What you put out, you get back. So with that said, here is your throwback episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's good to see everybody in the comments. I'll see you soon.